People, if you was doing a rideshare service like Uber or Lyft, or if you was a taxi driver, would you allow dogs in your car? Meaning, say for example, you went to pick someone up and they had a service dog, or they just had a pet and they was going to the pet store or somewhere. Would you let them in your car? Well, people, this rideshare driver was just fired from his job because he kicked his passenger out his car when this dog urinated in his car. You won't believe what happened. Let me explain. So people, this man got a notification on his phone to pick a client up from the pet store. I think it was PetSmart if I'm not mistaken. When this man that was doing rideshare pulled up to the pet store and he seen the client waiting with the dog in front of the store, the client asked him could he get in the car with this dog. Now again, I'm not sure if that was a service dog or not, but however, the rideshare driver said he can get in no problem. When this client and the dog got in his car, everything was going fine at first until the driver started to smell something. It smelled like urine. So when this driver started to smell urine in his car and the smell became very strong, he turned around and asked the passenger, "Did your dog urine in my car?" The passenger then told the driver, "No, my dog wouldn't urine in no one's car. My dog is well trained. My dog don't even urine in the house." The driver then told the passenger, "Why do I smell urine? Why is the smell so strong? I think your dog urinated in my car." So at this point, the passenger got very angry at the driver. He said, "My dog did not urinate in your effing car. Do not falsely accuse me. You being very rude." The driver then told this man again, "I know your dog urinated in my car. I didn't smell anything until you and your dog got in my car." The passenger then told the driver, "This smell was already in the car when me and my dog got in the car. I made plans to report you. This car smelled very bad. Do not put the blame on me and my dog." People, the driver got very angry, and mind you, they was on the interstate. This man pulled over on the side of the road and put this man and his dog out on the interstate. When this driver pulled over on the interstate to try and put them out his car, they said, "I'm not getting out the car on the interstate. You need to drive somewhere else, to a grocery store." The driver then said, "No, you getting out of my car now. I do not want you or your stinking dog in my car. Get out right now." At this point, they both screaming at each other on the side of the road on the interstate. They both pointing fingers at each other's face. When this passenger was pointing his finger in the driver's face, the driver pulled out pepper spray. He said, "If you don't get out my car, I'm going to pepper spray you and your dog." The man and his dog then got out the car and the rideshare driver drove away. When the man and his dog got out the car on the interstate, the rideshare driver drove to a grocery store nearby. He wanted to contact the rideshare service to let them know exactly what happened. The man also contacted the rideshare service when the driver put him out on the interstate. He contacted the rideshare service before the driver because the driver had to drive to a nearby grocery store. People, I cannot make this up. The rideshare driver got fired. They deactivated his account. The man that he put out on the interstate told the rideshare service he put him out the car on the interstate and he was driving drunk, screaming and yelling at him. The man he put out his car also told the rideshare company his car was very dirty and it had a very bad odor in it and he was trying to blame it on him and his dog. People, the rideshare company fired this driver and they did not reinstate his account and this man did not have cameras. So people, it goes back to my first question. If you did taxi or you did a rideshare service, would you let someone get in your car if they had a dog? Also, let's say this man's dog did urinate in his car. Is he wrong for putting this man out on the interstate? And people, what about the rideshare company? Is the rideshare company wrong for firing this man by taking this customer word with no proof? Because who's to say this man's dog didn't urinate in his car? So people, what you would have did in that situation, would you complete their ride or would you kick them out the car if you thought their dog urinated in your back seat?